We're going to go do a 9-hole playing lesson. Have you ever done a playing lesson before?
Yes.
Tell me about that experience.
It was pretty good. I did it back with Guy Wimberly back in Sierra de Rio, and of course he was one of the greatest, and we just really went out there, tried to focus more on our process instead of our swing. And
Okay.
that's when we kind of transitioned onto the course.
Cool. Tell me about your golf game at the current moment.
Not as good as I'd like it to be, as always,
Sure.
but I just don't have a lot of time to practice, or correction, I just don't go practice as much as I need to.
Okay, so you haven't been playing or practicing much. Your ball striking and ball flight's okay?
They're okay. They're not the best, and they're not exactly where I'd like them to be, but
Okay.
they are, if I had to put it on a scale, my C game.
Sure. So it might be a good thing that we're doing this now, because after you graduate and you become a golf pro, sometimes we get asked to leave the golf shop and go play golf, and we're expected to play a decent round of golf without a whole lot of play or practice under our belt.
Right.
So that's okay. In regards to today, what are you looking to get out of it?
Just refining my visualization process before each shot.
Cool. So before the shot, you stand behind the ball, and what do you see? For example, here, we're going to tee off at number 1 here in a bit. Tell me about what you would do off of that tee box.
So when I'm going off at number 1, obviously it's a straightaway hole. If I'm standing behind the ball, I'm looking at where I want the ball to finish.
Okay.
And I see the ball in that position, and then I see it reversing back to me to where the shot is.
Oh, wow.
I'll still stand behind it, and then I see myself hitting the shot, and then it falling to that position, and then I go up, and I have that thought in mind, and I do it. I've been trying to keep it in my mind a lot longer. Normally I would lose it 1, 2. I'd get right about here to transition, and then I'd lose it. And so I've been trying to kind of get from there to where I can finish with the thought in my mind.
Okay, so you have a pretty in-depth visualization process already.
Correct.
That's something Guy taught you?
Something Guy taught me, yes.
Okay. Now, based on what you're telling me, it's not so much the visualization component as much it is a commitment component, right? Trying to commit to that shot for the duration of the swing?
Correct.
Okay. How could we evaluate that? You mentioned a scale. Tell me about that.
The way I work with my students on it is I'll have them see the shot, and then when they're behind the ball, I just want them to hold it in their mind for as long as possible.
Okay.
After they're done with the shot, we review, and I say, hey, how long did you hold your mind? If they say, I lost it on takeaway, that's a 1. If they lost it before they took away the club, that's a 0.
Okay.
2 is right about the top of the backswing. 3 is transition down. 4 is impact, and 5 is finished.
Cool. I totally understand it.
Okay.
Do you have a certain shot that causes you more challenge? Putting, chipping, pitching, full swing, iron? Putting.
Putting is the most difficult one to see in that reverse aspect where it's in the hole and it comes out to me. I think just because anytime there's a lot of curvature on a ball, that's what's hard to kind of visualize for me. So if I'm hitting a shot and I'm trying to hit a relatively straight shot, or my stock shot, which just happens to be a little fade, I can see that pretty easily. But if I'm behind a tree and have to do a 20-yard hook, that's harder for me to see.
Interesting. So why do you choose to see it backwards? Obviously that was what was taught to you. Have you tried it without doing it that way?
I have. I noticed that I don't feel very committed to it when I don't think about it in reverse. And what I've had a problem with is just visualizing it like this and then getting lost like halfway.
Okay, so that sounds good. I want to address the way you go about it. I want to hear about it on the golf course, obviously. We'll talk about your commitment. We'll definitely address your putting. We're a few minutes from teeing off, so I think it should be a great day, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
All right, buddy, let's get after it.